So before I go ahead, I would like to tell you about that. What is this course is about? Why we are discussing here? Why we are here? It. So I'll talk straight away, direct one-to-one discussion. We'll make it very clear what exactly these course can benefit you. So you should make very clear decision. Yes, I want yes or no. This is how where we're going to do it very clearly. I'll tell you that the fact is that many people do the courses. The many people do the training. The root cause analysis, what they say is actually while you're going for an interview, what level of skill set you hold. That's very important. That is very important concept while you're going to clear your interview. So what sort of questions is they going to ask? How your introduction will be there? What are the technical round will be there? What are the HR round will be there? How are we going to clear these all rounds together? This is the first very important thing is that. So many people do the courses. They do have fancy degrees. They have fancy certifications, right? That we can see that, right? So they have a fancy degrees. They have good certifications. They have done good courses as well, training also. But while it is comes on interview, there is no result. Lack of failed there, lack of clearing an interview. That is the main concept where we see that. That's the problem comes. The second important thing is that we're going to see that when the people are starting the career, they don't know what is exactly the job role will be there. They think everything comes in cybersecurity or everything comes in development, everything comes in coding, everything comes whatever they have learned. So not area. There is some specializations are there. What area of job you're searching, what deep level of knowledge you have it, how it's working on real scenarios. So today time it's different. People will not see your percentage. You see that in earlier, if you go back 10 years back, in that time people will see that we required 80% people, we required eligible for 90% people. Now you never see this. Today the corporate need problem solving people. Today the corporate need the people who have proper skill set that can help the organization for clearing their task. That's very important here. So this is the main concept where the hiring is going on. People see your mindset, how positive you are, how what is your attitude. So there is psychiatrist also there in some interviews. They also check all together all your skill set. Based on this, they're going to be hire you. If you're looking to start your career in corporate, there are certain back homework is there. We have to do that. Then only we can be there into the corporate. I have deal with hundreds of companies. I have know that the corporate in either it can be the nationwide or either it can be an international level. What sort of people have been getting hired? What exactly the areas of concern while they're hiring these people? So I'm going to focus you that all in detail. But before I go ahead, I would like to talk a very small introduction about my profile, like who's the person is talking to you. So my name is Sheikh Iftikhar. I'm having cybersecurity experience working from the past 12 years in the industry. I work in designing, managing, implementing, and deliver different type of projects to the clients. I've been leading technical projects for the government, bank, healthcare, private sector, as well as understanding different IT assets, understanding the compliance requirement, properties, how those compliance properties can be there, what type of audit systems should be get run. All those together, my experience are there into it. So I focus on security solutions as well as into the training. I've trained over 10,000 professionals globally. I'm passionate about empowering the people, giving them a proper guidance when they're going to start their career in security. What things comes? Straight away. I don't talk much into different areas. I'll take you to the very simple way, user friendly manual where you can understand okay, this need the skill to clear interview and start your job. This is what where we're going to see. Not only just starting a job, but I'm going to tell you the right way how we can find out a job. how we can be a more confident while it is coming an interview call. So that's we're going to discuss. This is all my technical profile. If I talk about my personal profile, I'm a husband, father, hacker, gamer, sports fan, animal lover, and this is our website, and you can connect me through the LinkedIn if you want it, to get an upgrade. This is how my detail about it. Now, first thing, I'm a certified trainer. I've been from since 2012 I'm training, right? So I have the certification as well. I've done into multiple certifications like Security Plus, CISSP. I'm there into the CISO. If we see that, we I have done the ITIL. So there are many certifications out there. So which I have been done based on the requirement and organization process what they needed. Now the top challenge today I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk straight away today. What is the main problem is there? We're going to see that. What is that problem is there? The problem is that facing an interview, right? The top challenge comes like how we can face interview, how we can clear that interview. That's the most important. This is at the concept where you're going to choose it. So how to clear interview in a particular domain, what you're trying to build your career. Are you been there into the data science? Are you been there into the Java? Are you been there into machine learning? Are you been there into the cyber security? Are you been there into the accounting? Whatever the domain you'll choose, the challenge comes like the proper guidance. That's the most important. Then comes the level of skill set we needed here. That's two things are very important. So the top challenges faced by the candidate in clearing an interview, let me tell you some of the facts here. The first fact, lack of preparation. As I said you that in earlier session also, like earlier meeting hours when we started, the lack of preparation, the people have not prepared their the content, the technical content, not in that level. Whatever we have learned, we think like that is all, which is not correct. That is very important. If you're going for the high level of jobs, if you're targeting to get in package of 12 to 15 lakhs, right? 12 to 15 lakh, if your package is to be get designed, means like your skill set should be into that level. You might have heard there are many students are there. They just pass out and they got 42 lakh per annum, 32 lakh per annum. But how that is possible? How they are getting achieved that? Based on their positive attitude and their preparation, which is going on from so many months before. This is what I want you to understand. So preparation is very important. People say that they have one put tag on their they have one tag. What is that tag? They have only one thing. This is that the cyber security have no, or any domain have no welcome for the fresher. They'll say the same thing. If you go and ask them, fresher have no opening. Fresher, I'm fresher. People are not giving me a job. You never get a job when you have an excuse. You should have a proper you have should have a proper confidence. You should make sure them that you need to approve them, you're a solution for the problem, then only they gonna hire. Just keep in the chat yes or no, guys. If we show that we are the value to them, then only they're going to hire us. Yes or no? Everyone, I want to see that how many of you are agree with me. We have to show our value, our confidence. That's very important. Like not only the confidence but the skill set, both are match. Both are very important. If I want to be a part of the organizations, I want to know that yes, I can be a solution for your problem. I can do whatever the problem is there. I can solve it. I can do my task very well, and the confident level, which is very important. So that's how where we're going to talk about. So people failed, lack of preparations in that. The second important things, they start fearing, interview anxiety. There are many people are facing today because they don't have the proper guidance, they don't have proper process. So interview anxiety again, it's a problem. And based on these anxiety, if you'll see that the people having the communication issue as well, they don't know what area they need to prepare, they need to guide it. They're very good with the skill set, they have the capabilities, but polishing is not happening. The mentoring is not happening. They're not taking into the proper way which area can be a good for them. So that's the most important part while you're starting your career. So we're going to polish your skills. Right from your communication skill also. You tell me that, like, I am not good this. I'm gonna write content for you and gonna give you. Prepare this. I'll guide you how to go ahead for the interview. So while you sounds like slowly you can start, like, preparing yourself. So you get even these issues also resolved. You know, and the most important part, technical proficiency. That's another thing. People have a cheap mindset. They think like, I have this knowledge and I need to be get a job in this job in this area. Nobody's getting. They're waiting years and years and years. They are fresher are coming in front of them. They are taking higher package that up to, like, that can be taken up to 10 lakh, 15 lakh, 20 lakh, but those are expert, those are 2012 pass out, 15 pass out, 16 pass out, still they are not get, like, on the grade, like, good job, I can say that. But the people who are 23, 24 pass out, they are into the good job. That's happening. Today market has completely changed. If you think like companies are changing the process, they're changing the employees as well. The mindset, it's very important. They need positive mindset, like, high attitude peoples. That's very important. So we have to be always be a learner. I believe I'm not a perfect in everything, right? I believe always I'm a learner and I'm keen to learn everything. Then only my growth comes. When I think like, no, I'm expert, I'm training, I have trained 10,000 plus people, I'm giving service to the 16 different global companies. I'll be a consultant, I'll be a, like, auditor for those companies. So I don't require anything, I don't require things, I know everything. Miss, that was my last day of my growth. I always believe I'm a learner. Even I'm giving training, even I'm gaining training, whatever area if I talk about it. Learners have always the growth. You have to make these mindset very important. Second important thing is that always make sure that nothing it's going to get losing something. That's very important. So if you want to gain something, you have to compromise certain things. You have to give your time. That's very important. You're not able to give the time, you do not have certain things, and you prepare that I want to achieve goal, nobody is going to help you out. This is what you want to understand that. So while we're coming, guidance will be there. I can guarantee you towards this is a recorded session. If you follow me, if you process, we together work to get your success. I'm sure, I'm confident on my skill set, I'm confident on my process, like, what we are designed and how we're going to achieve that. And if you're enough confident on yourself, first of all, never doubt yourself. Your skill set up in getting doubt on yourself. The people doubt themselves, like, I'm not capable of getting those jobs. You're capable to get those jobs, I'm sure that, but you need the right direction, which I'm gonna tell you about that. So here we can see that there's a lot of technical proficiency are there. And if I talk about the poor understanding about the job role, they don't know what to do it. So candidate misunderstanding about the job, whatever they are getting, they are into the poor result, they're not fit into that. Complete distractions, they have it. Potential thrown back, they have it. Like, they people are not getting higher. So lack of clarities, that is again there is an issue. So when I talk about it, the people will not getting a job, the reason are this, these are the main reasons are there. Now another thing is that they not have a proper path of preparation. So we have designed these guide completely to make you master to clear your cybersecurity interview. Now you may ask, all right, I don't need to clear an interview, I don't need to prepare the interview, I'll do the proxy. Now proxy also got catch up now. Now proxy or not is happening in the market, people have changed that. Proxy process is not there in today's market. If you see in clearly, these interviewer also after the coronavirus, after the lockdowns, they got it to know that this pandemic has trained even them also to be prepared and find out the rule, like, what are the parameters they need to focus while it is going for an interview. That's the one important thing. And second important thing, chalo, think we paid the huge amount like 3 lakh 4 lakh and we got something manageable, means like that's fine, but your mental stretch will be a different because you're not skill set. You don't know the proper skill, and you'll be getting certain positions that you can't be able to get, like, and complete their task. That is one problem where we're going to face when we got an interview. Like, once we got a proxy job or backdoor entry, something like that. Nobody's there to train you. This is fact, guys. I have seen people pay 3 lakhs, people pay 4 lakhs for a job of just 6 lakhs, 7 lakhs per annum, but they are not happy with that job. They're getting a lot of mental stretch. Reason why? Because they're not able to understand how the corporate working, what are things is happening, how we can, how they can clear the interview, how they can, do the task from the client, how the client facing role can be get handle, what are the client queries can be there, how they can go ahead. So the project manager may get ask you, hey, come, uh, you have one meeting towards with this client, I'll be getting involved, you as a technical expert, please understand the concept and give me what are the best sim tools are there which can be used for this one, what are the deployment process can be there, get understand their client requirement based on the compliance. So I will be going to do the initial meeting and then we involve our SMEs. Like this happens, lot of scenarios are there. I have seen to interact with the different team, but they're not able to answer because they have got the job by using some proxy. They fear they'll get tense every time. The BP will get high because reason, they're not able to handle the situation when they are sitting in front of client and client have the different queries and they don't have any solution, they are speechless. And that process which is going to be taken to the next level, they'll say I have a network problem, they shut down the computer, they say something which is not professional at all. And at the point of the end, what happens when this is happens, when the people have seen this, so what they're going to do it, they're going to sue them. That's all. They'll say you're not capable for working on this organization. This is how it happens. So the real scenario interviews, let me tell you something. When I talk about the cyber security, what is cyber security? We know that cyber security is a technology of protecting IT assets. That can be the computers, networks, servers, programs, applications, data, or it can be anything that are from unauthorized access or attack that aim for exploitation. So in the cybersecurity, 40 plus different domains are there. They are doing red team, blue team, we have some other audit team, information security team, we have the digital forensics team, we have a threat hunters, we have threat intelligence. There are different departments are there, but easy to start your career, quick to start your career, and more demanded. That's again. So this is the problem solving things which I talk about the SOC operation, the security operation center. The SOC is the most important part if you're going to start your career. Now, what is that we need to understand? We understand the rule here. What is your role? Understanding the role is very important while you're going for an interview. So, before the interview start, it's a vital to understand the specific cybersecurity role, such as applying for the particular, company. So, research the company's security needs and the technology they use. So, in JD, something is there, and we are talking something. So, job descriptions are very important. So we're going to prepare based on the job description. This is just a tips where you can understand, which can help you to prepare yourself for these JDs and also significantly enhance your chance to get success. There might be 100 of people out there, they may have taken an interview, but the concern, the concept, the topic where you're going to drag your interviewer, that's very important here. So we're going to understand the role. And if you ask me in a very simple note, what SOC team will do it? It's not rocket science. Believe me, you're gonna learn very easily, very quickly. You'll understand things because I'm going to take you to the practical and some of the theoretical concepts. That's all, which we are going to do this in an entire course. So I'll just give you some idea. What does the SOC will do it? They monitor alerts, they analyze this alert, and they decide, is that the legitimate or is it bad? Legitimate means it's a genuine activity. There's no need of taking an action. So if it is like that, we can ignore that. But if something is going bad, something is threat that need to be investigated, right? So the analyst will investigate and they take an action. So these action need to be anything. It can be internal threat or it can be external threat. All things are there. So we'll discuss later about this. I want you to understand this: alert, analyze, take an action. If it is a positive, then we can ignore it. If it is a positive, then we have to take an action. If it is a false positive, then we can ignore that. True positive and false positive, some concept are there. True positive incident happened, false positive incident is not happened. Like these actions we have to take it. So on these basis, they're going to ask you some of the real time scenario based interview questions. Mostly ask, people ask you, describe the scenario where you have successfully identified and mitigate a potential threat through the threat hunting. So what is that? So there are some terminologies used while working on these areas. You'll get clear idea with a practical approach. Can you explain how you handle the false positive in the SOC environment? Right. What you are we going to do it? What type of give some examples? What type of use cases you have it? So how going to answer this? Now, walk us through the incident response life cycle and per according as per NIST guidelines. Then again, it's a question here. They're going to ask you what tools do you recommend it for this incident detections? What are the containment and what are the response can be there? These are the type of questions where people are not aware about it. This is just a sample that can be anything they're gonna ask you. So they're gonna ask you how do you perform the root cause analysis after an incident happen? What are the steps would you taken to handle a ransomware attack in a enterprise environment? Like how you going to handle those? So this is some of things where you can see that the process which is happens here. So overall, this is are the real time scenarios are this. So when the SOC analysts are working, they are working on monitoring, detecting, investigating, and response to the cyber threat. And we are going to clear all these tasks in a practical approach. So they're going to work on the SIM tool. Now, what is the SIM tools? Let me tell you something. How these SIM tools are there. Let me give you one example here. Here we have IBM QRadar. This is a SIM tool, right? So this is one of the SIM tool. Let's see that how it will be there. I will just tell you some of the practical area of this, how it will be there. So when I talk about these IBM QRadar, it's going to collect the data from multiple sources. There are the list of sources are there through which we are collecting these data. So these data once we collect, how we going to respond to those incidents here. So here we can see that if I click on the log activities, I'm gonna see there are the several logs are there. So these logs are coming from multiple sources here. Log sources will be there. So while we are collecting these data from multiple sources, based on that, the action need to be taken here. So if anything goes wrong, if anything is there, where we need to identify. But how we going to identify? Until unless we don't have an idea about mitigating this, how we don't know what type of actions we need to do it. So while we are getting the different type of the source IP, source port, destination IP, if we can see that the destination port, so what type of filters we required, how those filters can be worked. So that's a very important and practical approach part. To be frank. So if I'll say you I want to see last 45 minutes. Imagine a situation. So what happened to the last 45 minutes? So these are the log counts are there. This is you can see that the logs are happens. There are many logs happens. If I can say that here you can see the count or item we can see that. So what I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna group this first. I'll click on this. Why we are grouping? So these are the practical approach and what are the areas we are taking it. I'm grouping with the event name. Let's say that example. So if I'm doing this grouping with the event name, what type of data come out here? How we analyze these data? So these are the practical approach where they're going to ask you while we have been working in the industry. So they're going to ask you about what is this happen? Suppose if it is a virus detected. If I click on this virus detected, so from where this virus is detected, how it is done. So there are the several IP addresses are there, right? So if you ask me that how we going to investigate, what are the areas we have it, what type of these numbers are there, how this payload is working, everything, all things we're going to discuss here. Now if you can see that here, if I'm investigating here, can you see something here, guys? I just want you to just name it. You can unmute and answer me that if you want. What is this which I highlighted here? Raju, Dharni, Shantu, Yashwant, anyone?
zip file.
Yeah, it's a zip file.
Zip file, right? Document.zip here. So means
Yeah.
these file contain malware actually, and this is come from the SMPT. Now, what is this SMPT? Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This is coming through the email, and that is to these documents here. So this is type of some of questions they're going to ask you. So there are the several areas are there where they're going to ask you. So while we've been working as a security expert, when we are having as this security or the SOC analyst position, so these are the questions, these are the tasks are there. So what are those tasks contained? So there are several things are there while we have been working as an incident response team, or if we have been working as a security expert, how we can analyze the malware, what are the trojans, what are the threat, what are the phishing emails, and so on. So there are the several emails comes, and there are the several important, like, the concept which we're going to see that here. So that we need to understand, and we have to work on it. So there are the different type of offenses are there. So there is a huge features are there. If I'll tell you about these sim tools, they have a different architecture. If I can see that these are the different rules are there here. If I click on these rules, so how these rules can be created, what are the groups are there in these rules. So any sim tools, not only this, but we're going to take a standard concept. We'll use these are the required skill set on the job. Dashboards, how we can create this dashboard, what type of informations we get, what is this admin panel. If I'll come to the admin panel here, if I talk about the reports, what type of the reports are there. So there are, like, the several areas, adding the applications, deployment, everything. If I'll talk about these, all this requirement we're going to cover during these discussions here. So this is all about our discussions, which we are going to do it with the tools and in-depth knowledge, not only with understanding the tool hands-on, but you're going to get some skill set which can help you to understand the entire concept. What are those concepts are there? This is how it works. So there are the multiple sim tools we are going to use: Splunk, Rapid7, and IBM Curator. So that's all our, like, real way we are going to use it. We're going to monitor, detect, investigate. We're going to see that what are the response comes and so on. Okay. Now let me tell you something about it. So when I say that, what type of most attacks happens? Example: phishing attacks, man in the middle attack, DDoS attack, SQL injection, zero-day attack, ransomware attack, cross-site scripting, drive-by download. So how are we going to detect that? How are we going to mitigate? What are, like, real-time process happens? So the interviewer will going to focus on these skill set also. So if you see that we divided this course with the both way, not only just making you perfect with an interview, the skill required, but also we're going to talk about it, like, what are, excuse me, Ravi, dear Ravi sir, please mute your call. Ravi Kumar. Mr. Ravi, can you please mute your call? Okay, let me do it from my side. Okay. So here we can see that, guys. So this is are the companies are there, like, which are there is a huge opportunities are there. You require a confident to clear the interview, and it is quite easy. Do not worry. I can tell you that how easily we can clear an interview for EY, Google, KPMG, PwC, Microsoft, IBM, Deloitte, and all. So how many of you want to see the openings? How we can search this opening? Can I tell you that how it's going to be search this opening? How to get the jobs on those companies? How the areas are there? So let me give you some idea about that. Like, if we think about it, how these jobs comes. Let me take you example here. So if I'll search here, like, job positions, right? As a security analyst, if I'm saying that I want to search this job in India, and you can see that there is the plenty of companies are there which are hiring here. You can see that almost 273 jobs are available. Now every day, if I'll talk about it, every 24 hours, if we'll see that 28 jobs are coming into only one area of this. If I'll talk about the per week, is that, like, there is almost 473 jobs are there. So there are, like, if I talk about the cloud security, so this is all about the security process only, right? So if I click on the cloud security and if I search that, like, almost 2912 jobs are there. And if I see that the per day job updates, what are they? 344. That's a good number. So we can apply 344 different companies, that is as a security analyst, SOC operation specialist. Like, you can see that the SOC operation engineer again, analyst engineer again, and so on. There is a huge job. The people are not telling you, like, how you can get higher on this job. That's very important. Like hybrid job here for Bangalore here, if you can see that. And if you can see that the operations are quite same here. So what are the operations are the SOC required? All this we are going to discuss about it. So what are the SIM platforms we are going to use? What is a cyber kill chain are there? What are the methods are there? We're going to discuss about, like, based on these job descriptions, you'll be going to get trained. So simple way, I can say you that the job opportunity are huge here. Only thing is that you need to be have a proper idea of taking into that. So which we are going to talk about it. So there are many people are there who have taken an advantage, like with our course. Many people, not one people. There's hundred of people are there, which have taken clear decisions and they have success to their interview. I can give you hundreds of interviews patterns where I have taken, or there are many things are there, right? I'll just tell you some of this example to get you understand. Let's see that. I'll make it little bit fast this. That so I want to play this. Let's see that now.
Hi everyone, good morning. Myself Mukhtar Ali. I just wanted to inform you that this training was worth every single penny, and the trainers were not only knowledgeable but they are passionate about cybersecurity. They made learning very easy, enjoyable, and practical. The team they are providing the services are excellent, so I just highly recommend everyone to join this course. Thanks, TechGeek.
Hi, I'm doing the cybersecurity
Let me
course
just
with
increase some
TechGeek, and
speed
it's an
so we can see.
amazing, very informative and practical course. I found that not only am I gaining knowledge, but also doing practical steps that would be applicable in the job. And I highly recommend it. The tutors as well as the consultants have been very, very responsive and very accommodating for every life event. So I do recommend that you take this course. Okay.
So there are hundreds of use cases are there,
Hello everyone,
Monica.
myself Charan, and I completed my cybersecurity training at TechGeek, and I just wanted to take a moment to share my transformative journey with TechGeek and how this learning experience has greatly impacted my growth and understanding of the cybersecurity field. I just want to express my heartfelt gratitude to TechGeek for providing me this transformative learning experience. And it has been an incredible journey, and I'm eager to continue growing and contributing to the field of cybersecurity. So I would definitely and highly recommend TechGeek Cybersecurity to anyone who's looking to embark on a similar journey. Thank you.
Training cybersecurity with Sheikh Sir was an eye-opening experience for me. The instructor were very knowledgeable and approachable, making complex concept understandable. I now feel very confident in protecting myself and my organization from cyber threats. The hands-on lab were invaluable, giving real-world experience. Highly recommended. Thanks TechGeek and thanks Sheikh Sir.
So thank you everyone, Charan, Irfan, Monica. There is huge feedbacks, those are huge people have achieved. What I want you to understand that it's just to make you understand that possibilities are there. Only the decision you have to take it, to get success. That's most important part. So these are my students are working. I can say the people are there. I'm happy to tell you that I have contribute my skill set with the people where they can get done something. The people comes like you, they don't know anything about it, they don't have any idea, but they're passionate. They're frustrated about going there, getting reject, not getting a right way, wasting their time. So they have taken decision to join me. They have taken decision, let's do something. And they came same like you, without having any knowledge, trusting me, giving their time and spending with me. And they got and achieved the success. I'll say you that this is what an amazing process, until unless you're not passionate. If you think if you're not passionate, 100% nothing is going to be happen. So whatever things comes, that should be actionable. You have to take a proper action, decision maker. You have to be very clear with your decision, yes or no. Then only you're going to get the success. Believe me, never be there in confusion. Confusion only make you delay in your success. Do the analysis, see the market, see the proof of confidence and what you needed. You've been made to make something good numbers. I must say that take decision. Do not waste your time. This is what I want you to understand. So this is all about it. If I'll tell you that, if you say that why I want to become a cybersecurity, how I can become, it's a global job market required to become a security analyst. What you needed, you don't need to have a technical skills. You don't need to have a complex skill set, like fancy degrees. You don't require anything on that. So here we can see that if you want to do it, don't require even the programming language. No coding skills I required. I can guarantee you that. The second important thing is that education background. As I said to you that I don't require any fancy degree for to get you these jobs. You are a graduate, that's enough. The second thing, all the companies want to secure the data, right? Either if you talk about, it's a global job market. If you can tell me like which country you want to get the job as a security analyst, say that like you'll be looking at job in somewhere in like United States. Let me say that if you say that I want to get a job in the United States, yes, of course there is a jobs are there. You can see that number of jobs 5,837. I just showed you about the India, and if I can see that the last 24 hours how many jobs are there, 409. Last week 1 week jobs are 1,000 plus jobs. Last 1 month if I'll talk about it, 4,000 plus jobs, right? So whatever, wherever you talk about it, if you say that you want to see that in the United Kingdom, right, what is the job market? So you can see that United Kingdom again have the huge job areas. So there is like the plenty of jobs are available. Only thing is that you have to be ready. That's very important. The salary package, if you talk about like Australia, if you talk about any country, if you're planning, even India also we have seen, like it's a global job markets are there if I talk about it. So security analyst, where you can see that again there is a huge job areas are there, and if I'll change these dates, like again it will be going to reflect the results here. So the country wise I showed you that, like it's a global job market. That is that is the reason where the people have been getting hired here, right? The right skill set is required. So it's a global job market trending with the high paying salaries. Now, how these sessions are there? These are live session, one-to-one interaction. I'm going to straight away talk with you. I'm going to take your hands-on holding while doing the practical session. I'll guide everything clearly with the practical approach. So we don't gonna get it like any process on that. It's a very straight away. You'll be getting a live sessions. You need a laptop. You need like to be have with me, and we're going to start setting a lab and doing the practical. So we start our sessions with the networking and the SOC operation. This is what where we are going to do it. And also, which is very important, interview preparation. So right from the day one, I'm going to take you to the skill set with required in interview sessions. That is the most important part, like where we're going to discuss. So these sessions, before we get into the technical, I'm going to take you to the networking sessions, like some around 4 hour sessions, which we are going to discuss everything about that, which is required the skill set for the understanding. So I'm working on the root cause. Then we'll come to the SOC operation, and straight away what are the skill set you required. On that only we're going to clear it. This is are the areas we are going it. But now add on to this, there are some benefits which I would like to give you from mine. If you be the part of this journey for this batch, I'm going to give you some video based access for my premium videos, which is done the ethical hacking, the complete lab setup, everything are there. At the end you're going to get an access, and the VAPT, that is like web pen testing, and like a vulnerability assessment, which we are going to get you an access to it. So what I want you to do it, guys, the tool list, you can see that we're going to do the same tool like Splunk, IBM Curator, Rapid7, Wireshark. So this is are the tools which we are going to cover, and this is all are there into the video base where you can get an access. So simple way, cybersecurity is the current and big market. Only thing is that your decision to take it here. Right decision will take you to the right path. This is what's just in short introduction what we are going to do it, how we're going to do it. Now the next session again, which we're going to talk about it, the technical aspects straight away. What are the different team are there? Like if I talk about the endpoint security team, network security team, if I talk about like data security team, information security team, SOC team, like what they do it, how they come, what are the interactions are there, what is means like internal team are there, what are their task will be there, everything we're going to discuss in detail. This is our the discussion. So making you skill set up, and also making you capable to clear your interview. Now I'm going to take some questions if you have it. I have one question from Shantu. Shantu said that is 2010 password BSc computer, since graduate with 7 year he work in the BPO and 3 years career gap with 21. Can I try? Of course you can try. Shantu, you can unmute and talk to me if it is possible. It is, if it is all okay, no problem for me to. You can unmute and can talk, but it's okay. I can guide you all this, and my team are there will help you out to fill your gap. Also, there are some complete guidance till you get your success. My team are going to train you and give you whatever the required things are there for a job. Got it, Shantu? You have many use cases like you. Many people are there like you who have done this and they have got success. Yes, of course it utilize and it possible. So don't worry about that. We are there to help you out for all those areas as well. Okay. Any other questions from anybody else? If you have it, I will love to answer you questions. Any sort of question, do not hesitate. This is a time to grow up. Let's do this. If you're making your mindset up, please feel free to see. Not, I'll tell you, if you keep yourself as a fresher, you work for 3 years, you wait for 4 years also, you won't get the job. This is fact. I'll tell you. This is what the specialized training is there. There are many training are there. If it is a fresher, they don't require high level of training. You don't need to pay some extra time for this. We going to focus you as an experience. This is what the fact. Minimum 1 year experience at least I required. If you're looking for 6 to 7 lakhs package, minimum 1 to 2 years of experience I need to manage. If you hoping, like, I can guarantee you, if you say me that I am targeting for 15 lakh package, yes, possible. With this training, possible. Of course, it's possible. Proper method. You should talk to me. We can do the customization on your profile, and we can do that process. I can connect you with high profile, like, interviewer as well. There is not an issue. Okay, so this is how the possibilities are there. Shantu, we have to manage that, and do not worry. I'll do that process. We have a team to guide you everything step by step what to do it for that. Okay. So fresher, if you're doing, means like you're wasting your time, money for this course, everything. You may never get. You have to again go back to the BPO side. This is fact. I'll tell you. So as you have done your education in the BSc computers, and there's a huge global market, and I must say one thing, like, take a risk. I'm there to help you out. Don't worry about it. You get an experience and you can apply with that experience. I want your presence, that's all. And you have already very great experience working in BPO, so I believe your communication skills will be next level. And only thing is that you required, like, some polishing on the skill set. We are migrating, that's it, migrating your skill set. That's how we're going to do it. So your expertise may count. Don't worry, your 7 years may utilize in this field. Okay.
Hi, sir. This is Raju.
Hi Raju. Yes,
Yes,
hope you're
sir.
good.
I'm passed out in 2014.
Okay.
I'm working with on marketing. Daily, I'm traveling. This is going on. Present my package is on 6 lakh package. In this
Mhm.
marketing field is I'm daily traveling on around Hyderabad location. This is not sufficient to me. I want to move on with on high career.
Mhm.
How now? How can I put the this gap fill?
Yeah. See, when this comes down to the filling these gaps, right? It's the
Yeah.
first is that we going to get you trained and see you, like, how your skill set is. It's required 2 years of, like, manage the experience. 3 years experience need to be managed. So some things need to be get managed, right? So we manage your profile, we rewrite your profile, we customize. You have some experience in marketing, yes, we put that, but not in, like, the complete one. Some of the part, as you 2014 you have passed out, so it means like 14 to 24, right? Almost 10 year. Yes,
Yes, sir.
almost 10 years. So we see that, 3 years 4 years we'll take out from that, and we'll take it that as an security expert, and we
Okay.
prepare you for that. Not only just filling a gap. Managing
Okay.
experience is a piece of paper, right? But
Yes, sir.
skill set, to validate that paper is very important, because people will not get you higher based on the experience letter. They're going to see your interview skill set, your interaction level, skill level. Then that valid, yes, he has true experience, then only that counted. And they do the background verifications on all, so we manage that, that's no problem. So what I want you to understand, that experience paper may get 10 years also, but to get valid at 10 years experience paper, we need to be have a proper skill set, that knowledge, the way we talk with them, the way we interact. I'm going to give you that part. So if you see practically, this is what I'm talking about it, this is what the root cause I find out it. So I want you to work on these root cause, and I have expertise working on these root cause, right? I want your time. This is what I need. You have to give me the commitment. Yes, I'm going to spend this much time and going to do this task, that's all. Very easily.
Yes,
50
sir.
days to transfer your skill to the next level. I need your
Sure, sir.
50 days.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah, Raju.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. You're welcome. All right. So, is there anybody have any question? Please do not hesitate, brothers. No problem. Whatever it may be, you may be the part of this or not. Nobody is going to do it. But I want you to go with some conclusion, yes or no. I want you to do that one. I don't want you to be make it in confusion. So it's very pleasure talking you guys, being here, spending time with me. I really enjoy talking with you. You made mine, like, today evening. So it's a weekend and I'm very happy to be there with very decision maker peoples. You guys are very positive mindset and sitting me quiet and listening me and bearing me. I really thanks everybody here, right? So give me any questions if you have it related to the process what we are doing it. It might be an out of process, right? You can ask me. You can unmute. You can ask me, hey sir, have you watched Pushpa 2? I'm going to answer you that. No worry. So do not hesitate to unmute your call or text me, whatever you want it. Feel free. Everybody, we are here to learn. We never make anyone to be get laugh on others, right? We are here to learn. We help other to get learn. This is what. Something you're going to help someone. Someone is going to help it. That's will make a growth. All right. So is it all fine, everybody? So I believe there's no questions, but still we can connect tomorrow. I mean, like Monday. Sorry, Monday to Friday I'll work. So Saturday, Sunday it's for my family time. So we're going to meet on Monday. So you can have one more discussions. We'll do one more meeting on Monday and can make it this. And thank you very much. Happy weekend. Good night. All the best, everybody, to get the success and high peak in their life. Good with the commercial health. First health, then comes commercial, and then all others, right? Thank you. Thank you very much. Pleasure talking to you. Great. See you guys on Monday. Bye, everybody.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Welcome, Ravi.
Happy weekend, sir.
You too, Ravi. Thank you, Daryani.